Alright, this is a race on Oz Super Sprint round St. Croix B, hosted by Eccles. This round we've lost a driver but gained two, one in Viper Z and the other one in Easy Prey. So we've got a total of 11 drivers this time round. Also I think ACO Mac has also dropped out just for this round. Anyway, without further ado, let's get the race started. Alright, waiting for all lights to go red. And we're away. All off to a good start. Everyone's going good. We've got to see there Emo, or Anders is actually Anders, having a good look up the inside to try and take a position. Hurled back, and we've got people jostling in for positions here. Very tight here. Fortunately enough, this track is a very wide track and we can have up to almost 5 cars wide. Gives a lot of play and room for error, but it looks like Liam has taken the lead and put his foot down and already put up a sizable gap over Eccles and Hatfield. As Glenn overtakes Eccles, and Herbie and the Duck are side by side as they go over the bridge towards the sharp left-hand turn, or 90-degree turn. Herbie outbrakes himself, takes it a bit wide. No, he's doing fine. It's three wide through this turn. That tightens up at the end of the turn. As got like 5-6 cars here battling for third place. Hatfield in second. Right, Viper coming around the corner for the first time, last corner for the first time, leads quite comfortably after the first lap, followed by Hatfield. Glenn is right in behind him. Herbie, Eccles, Anders, Emo, and the Duck. You could throw a blanket over the top of them, as it's like the Duck's going to go for a dive up. Emo thought second of it. Vard's just a fraction behind. Easy Prey watching Vards do some lawn mowing, and Report taking up the tail. Purple and green must be seen. A technical side of the track here. You can see Lane gets up onto the bridge and is in pursuit by Hatfield. Glenn is not giving any comfort away to Hatfield, is right up there in third spot. Eccles, Duck, Anders, Herbie, all close to each other. You can throw a blanket over the top of them, and Vards is creeping up into these guys. So we're going into this difficult corner of the, we'll call it the late corner, we'll say. A lot of people can't get it right, or get the legs that they need to get down this back straight to slipstream down the line, flat out through this little kink. Tackle around the corner. Coming out of this corner, should be around in second gear. If you're not careful, can give too much power into the rear wheels and will spin, as we'll see later on in the race. Not this race, other races. Right, again, the front 3 positions have not changed. The really chopping and changing is with the next 5 cars. See, Herbie is putting a lot of pressure there on the Duck, and Vards is getting his rhythm going. And keeping up to Herbie. So just touch a little bit of dirt, can be quite dangerous in this car. You lose just enough grip, especially in the rear tyres, as mentioned before. We end up losing grip as you come out of the corner. We've got here a battle for 6th. Herbie looking for an overtake. And the duck loses it, as mentioned before. And makes an easy job of Herbie down this straight. Unfortunate there, but that's what happens when you don't have traction control on and you give a little bit much effort in there. But Herbie has hit the wall there and surrendered 6th place back to the duck. Luckily for him, he hasn't copped any damage, but it's also given Vards even more chance to catch up to these guys. Just going down there, Mo, just left and right, still coming to terms with this car, not carrying his Sonova livery this time round. It's still work in progress livery he's designing. We've got Easy Prey taking it wide, try and get a go back around. Purple and green must be seen. Start of the main straight. Okay, Anders is now getting challenged by the duck as we come up to this technical part of the track where it's over the hill and down into weird sort of bends and squiggles, almost like the corkscrew, but not as slow as it is Laguna Seca, but probably twice as much death involved, as it's very easy to come unstuck and find the Armco. Anders actually managed to get a good gap on the duck in that little technical section. Now looking at Herbie, now just making up some lost time here to try and catch up to the rest of the pack. Mo hot on his heels. Vards is also right there within seconds, or 0.5 of a second possibly. Easy Prey not giving up. It's his first go in anger in this car, the GT1 Toyota. Very squirrely car if you're not used to it, until you do get used to it. Then it becomes a very much fun little car to really strike out on. Speaking of striking out, purple and green. Alright, as we cross the line, end of the 4th lap, the 5th, Liam still holds the lead over Hatfield, closely followed by Glenn, and then we've got almost the whole straightaway between these three here fighting for 4th spot. Sorry for that break in time. We're in the 2nd last lap for this race. Eccles has set this one for 6 laps, is roughly 10 minutes for a 10-minute race. As we watching Liam put the authority down here, is like light years ahead of Hatfield, who's easily a corner behind, maybe even 2 corners behind Liam. Not really any challenge apart from Liam hitting the Armco hard or losing control somewhere. Glenn has fallen away a little bit, probably quite content to hold 3rd place for this race. Don't forget, wherever you finish in this race, it's where you'll be sitting for the longer race, as Glenn almost loses on the dirt there. So wherever you finish in this race will be your grid standing for the next race. Now, Eccles has got good breathing space over the duck. I'm not sure what happened to Anders back there. Must have come to grief somewhere. Now Herbie is now within striking distance of duck, as this is the last lap of the race, but still we've got just over a minute and a half to go to finish this race for Herbie. Anything can happen. Anders holding off Mo again, striking distance. This technical section as we come before the bridge, if you're not careful, can easily lose it. And then when you turn right to get up on the bridge, there's a little seam that will try and disrupt the car. Anders manages to grab it. Mo's grabbed it, but it's given Mo a good look up the tail there. and see Anders' sponsorships. This is a race for 7th. Bards, yeah, a little bit further back. Easy Prey just holding back, and Report. Yeah, all sorts of trouble this car. Just damaged his front. Just got the rhythm wrong. So we go back to the end of this first sprint race, and we have Liam, or Viper Z, crossing in first, followed good distance back by Hatfield. This is going to go Scary's pit crew. Second, Glenn. In third, a little bit further back, Teckles and the Duck. The Duck is slowing right down. Teckles in fourth. Herbie is in fifth. The Duck is sixth. He's dawdling across the line, out of fuel obviously. So we had Emo in sixth. The Duck in seventh. Anders in eighth. Fards in ninth. Easy Prey in 10th. And following up the end, we've got Report to close this race off in 11th. His purple and green livery, of course, must be seen. So we watch him come through, and that is the end of that race. Okay, this is the results of this particular race. Those who care, there it is to watch. So we are now waiting for the lights to go red again. Race 2 is now underway. And to make things all interesting, this one's going to be a rolling start. I'll try and paraphrase how it's all to be done, but this was this is a trial race for us. I'm going to trial this time around a rolling start, as everyone knows their place in the standings or in the race. What's it going to be is Liam is going to lead everyone in single file up until the end of this lap, and everyone should hold their position until we get to the last corner, and then everyone will then file into side-by-side positions, with the race leader guessing for this round is telling us where odds are to be put and evens are to be put. Now, he did say, while explaining it to all of us during the race, that odds are left and evens are right. So that's what I understand, but as you're well aware, I'm this guy, and he might have said the other way around, because as we watched the beginning of this particular race, I'm in the left hand side and I had no one on the right hand side of me, which would mean that Anders would probably have to be on the right hand side of me. But anyways, we'll try and get to a good position of the start of this race. Now, the starting point for this race will be the beginning of the pit wall to the start finish line, which will mean that Liam or Viper Z will be determining when this race starts. So he can put his foot down pretty much anywhere between, as we watch everyone getting into position. Emo sorting himself out in an unorthodox way. So we see everyone in position, and everyone will be waiting for Liam to put the foot down anywhere between the pit wall beginning on the right and the start finish, as everyone looks like they're in position and going down the line, and Liam has planted his foot down and everyone is following suit and going around. So we watch to see if there's any carnage in this first corner as everyone's going at full speed, and it looks like all clean around, no puff of dust, no puff of dirt, no collisions. Great. A little bit of touching there, unsure who, but we've got Anders has tailed somebody as he's got front wing damage. So much more safer rolling start than the traditional Gran Turismo one. But this is a traditional 12 lap race. We've tacked on 13 laps to make the first lap a parade lap. Now at the end of the bridge we've got Hatfield right up close to Liam. Had to think about that for a minute. Not as much of a gap there as it was maybe the first race. Glenn holding on third quite comfortably, and Hatfield has hit the wall, somehow lost some grip or something, and he has touched the wall, giving Glenn second place. Unfortunate for Hatfield. And Eccles is giving chase and having a go at Hatfield. Around the outside. Big go around the outside. He's owned the apex and he has got the run down on Hatfield. Hatfield losing another position. Emo in close, but Hatfield's got his rhythm back. He's all over Eccles, Feckles, whatever your name is. Maybe just holds back. Emo the Duck, Herbie, Vards, Anders get all through a tarpaulin over him. There's nothing in between them. Easy prayer report. Just a fight for last place. This report makes full use of the road there. Liam Tame making full advantage of all the fights and squabbles out behind, and has got good bridge width almost over Glenn. Definitely bridge width over third and fourth. As Hatfield's not going to give anything away here. Possible overtaking the spot here. No. Hatfield's quite happy to stay behind as we see Emo making his way through the pack. Herbie chasing down the Duck down the straight. Might be able to have a go at him at the first corner here as they go both flat out through the kink. Herbie just probably a little bit light on air there, a downforce. Still, no, not going to have a go at him at the corner. Must know that he's far. Oh, and we got Eccles. Eccles is off the track. Unfortunate for him there, as Anders gets through and down to 8th for Eccles. Vards is now going to challenge Eccles. Got the momentum through the way. Oh, too much. Armco there. And hopefully, oh no, he's still, with all that Armco breaching and so forth, looks like he's just made it past Eccles. He's holding the inside line, so therefore he'll own that apex. No, just holds back. Let's Eccles through. Eccles, oh no, just wasn't sure where Vars was. Hanging out wide, and Vars said, "Thank you very much. I'll have that 8th position from you." Alright, we'll just head back up to the top and see how far. So Lame is just lame. I keep saying lame. Viper has just got on the bridge. Glenn doing some lawn mowing. Not going to do him any favours going down the bridge here. And like Hatfield is holding his case now. Would have the better flow through here up into this corner. Herbie out on the inside of Emo, having a look up on this tight 90-degree turn. Emo, a bit of tail kicking out, which gives Herbie the inside, and he will own that apex. Mo is just a passenger in all this, and unfortunately we'll have to renege that position down to Herbie. So Herbie has climbed from 7th to 4th, I think, so far. Anders comfortably in 6th. Doesn't look like he's going to trouble Mo in 5th yet, if anything. However, we've got Eccles harassing everything out of the duck. I'm not going to give too much away. These two have raced each other 2 seasons ago in Div 2, and it was close racing with these two before, so Eccles knows what the duck's like. I'm not going to hold back because the duck is a bit of a pussy. And we've got Liam has jumped into the pits. Herbie has jumped into the pits. This will be part of the race where pit strategies will come into play. Okay, the duck has come into the pits now, and Robort's also come into the pits. Those must remember that we've done a parade lap, so if you're relying on the fuel meter and the fuel mapping saying that you've got X amount of laps left, you probably have to chuck on a lap and a bit more, because the first parade lap was counted in the fuel mapping. So at the moment we've got Glenn, who's in front. Hatfield's close behind. Mo is on the bridge with him, followed by Anders right behind him. Eccles, the host of this race, might add, thanks to this idea of coming up with this pre-season racing schedule. Liam close behind Eccles, but everyone in front of him has not pitted yet. Herbie, who has pitted. Easy Prey, who has not pitted yet. Vards, who's not pitted yet either. The Duck, who has pitted in 10th. And Robort in 11th, who also has pit. So as we come across here, they've got the race leaders here. Hatfield's having a good look around as we get around the last corner. Both these two will have to pit. They both try and dive up and make sure they don't get pit lane penalties. Both are in. Equal 2% fuel left in the tanks. So I expect to see Mo pit in a minute. Second, yep, and Mo's in. Anders is in with only 1% left. Eccles coasts in with 0% left. And we've got Hatfield and Glenn. They're both out at the same time. Who's in front? Hatfield gets a jump on him in the pits. Makes that little bit less and gets a jump on Glenn. But look how close they are to Liam. Liam lost a lot of time there, and Hatfield is now challenging first position just in the sake of the pits. Herbie out of the pits, 4th place. Comfortably in front of Mo. Anders in 6th with Eccles right behind him. So that leaves the Duck, who stayed in the pits for probably a little bit too long than he pleased, is now in 8th, with everyone in front of him has pitted. In fact, everyone has pitted here. Report over Easy Prey and Vards. So it looked like Vards and Easy Prey filled right to the top. Probably erring on the side of caution, not sure how much fuel they really do need after the parade lap has probably confused their mapping computer. Right, Liam through the kink, coming up to the sandbox right-hander. Clean as a whistle, same as Hatfield, straight in like copybook to the person in front of him. Glenn not giving anything away to these drivers. Herbie also there in contention. 4th. Mo was there. I keep saying the same thing. I'm trying to find something different to say, but I can't. I just keep saying there or thereabouts. It's just not fair. Anders scuffs the wall, gives Eccles a chance to have a go. Down here, Eccles wants his slipstream. Probably not close enough to do a Daniel Ricciardo's dive bomb. Probably not advisable in the corner. Oh, he makes a liar of me and has a good look at it. Throws Anders off course a little bit. Maybe he was in the gravel there a bit, in the marbles. Anders is closing the door on him, but Eccles is not giving up. Anders out mowing grass. That gives Eccles the door wide open, and that is as clean as you can probably get as a overtake, barring the lawn mowing. Okay, never mind about this guy. However, Report 2 places up from his last position. Got a comfortable lead on Easy Prey. Doesn't look like he must have come out of that last corner just then a bit loose. Just taking it easy through here. Name for the namesake. Don't want to lose the car. If you lose rhythm through that little S section there, you can come unstuck quite easily. It sounds like Vaz is not going to let go of that, and now chasing down Easy Prey along the bridge. So I'll zip back to Liam, who millimetres from touching the grass. I suppose the difference between an A+ driver and the rest of us Gumbies. He goes everything down to the millimetre, whereas the rest of us, we talk in feet and metres. Hatfield, who is right up there in the Div 1 group there with Liam, just still can't be into grips with this car. It does still even get a little bit wild on you when the boost kicks in, and you're even got, talk about he's going to hit the wall. Oh, that's not good. Any damage to the car. He managed to maybe trade paint with the Armco, but no visible damage to the car's suspension or downforce. Now Glenn in third, quite comfortably in third, because halfway across the bridge you got Emo, followed by Eccles, which we're coming up to Herbie, to Herbie's favourite corner. Anders is right there with him. We come down to the Lake Bend. And to make a race of it, we've got the Duck there with them as well. Probably not really in range for a slipstream. And report to the Lake Bend. Easy Prey around Herbie's corner, creeping up to Lake Bend. Vard's Herbie's corner. Yep, so Vard's is creeping up closer to Easy Prey on this. The lap just got finished. 4 laps to go. Liam not letting back, posted the fastest lap, and his next lap was only 1/10 slower than, well, not even 1/10 slower than the fastest lap of the race so far. He is not holding back, putting his foot down, stamping authority over this race. Hatfield, yeah, not his fastest lap of the race. That Armco scraping, which he did just here last lap, and making sure he didn't get there this time. That Armco meeting did cost him time. Scroll down again. Glenn in his Coca-Cola livery. He is creeping up with Hatfield as well. Did post a 1:55, similar to Hatfield's last race. Now Emma, cool as a cucumber. Voice as soft as snow around the Lake Bend. Smooth as silk. Running in fourth. Now we got Eccles getting harassed by Herbie. So we're going down the corner here. Herbie's going to have a think about it, going down through the kink here. Brave move, but he's side by side. He will own the apex. Eccles had nowhere to go but to let him through. Big move. Coming up to the sandpit bend. Oh, there's a bit of a touch there. Did he get... Nope, no damage. So it was only just a nudge from my point of view. And we've got Anders and the duck chasing these two. Probably a good second away. Not close enough for any major challenge. Now Anders is fairly quick around most of the track, whereas the duck is quick in some parts and a lot slower in other parts to Anders. So it could be a little bit of concertina touring and throwing between two. Anders out on the grass. Mowing the lawn slows you down. Take that, kiddies, as a lesson. But he manages to save it. The duck's not close enough. Might have the gap on him. Might have the grip on him. As we go through this technical section. See how they fare going down here. The duck's right there on him. But then the trick is trying to get a good run up over the bridge. Very hard to do when the car's bouncing over that seam on the bridge. Now we've got this fight for 7th. As Anders is holding him off. Doesn't look like there'll be an overtake here. Too close. Maybe at the lake bend. What happened? No, still very hard. Out on the marbles, you're not going to get any overtake happening there, Mr. Duck. Alright, we'll go back to the race leader with 3 laps to go. Coming around the last corner for the home straight. What sort of time is he going to put down? It's down to 1:52. However, lap 10 showing of authority, 1:51.4. Little bit of a tail wag there. Manages to catch it. If it was me driving, it would have been a big tail wag and into the Armco. Hatfield is breaking away from Glenn, and obviously didn't change tyres. Those tyres are starting to scream, and this is again thing I've noticed is where the tyres are or what Hatfield's got, it does start to let go. Looking at Liam, he did change his tyres. They look much more fresh for the same period of the race. Hatfield looks like the car is just starting to misbehave. Maybe the traction control's all that's keeping these tyres from letting go at the back. Glenn looks like he hasn't changed his tyres either, but he is a lot closer and creeping up to Hatfield by the looks of it. Emo, yeah, I'm not sure if he changed his tyres. They do look a little bit overused. Herbie, same. Those tyres look identical to Emo. Eccles, I reckon he has changed his tyres. The question will be on his fuel though. Everyone else has just got a tad bit more. The duck, a lot more. I know for a fact, because I am the duck, I did change tyres and see how healthy those tyres are. With Anders, with slightly used tyres right up behind the duck. So it might be to do with the health of the tyres. It might help the duck hold on to this 7th place. As we come up to the sandbox corner, and yeah, it wasn't this corner that the duck lost it, must have been in the other one. Anyway, Rabort, who looks like he's changed his tyres as well, it's quite comfortably ahead of Vards. And Easy Prey, who also has changed his tyres. Both the last 3 drivers filled right up and changed all tyres. Liam over the bridge. screaming down. I think this could be his team's livery. He is running a teams for the team's championship come this next season. Looks like his team might be Team Paganian or Team Selby. If I did my research, I'd be able to tell you confidently, but I can't. Whereas this is Hatfield's team and his team's livery. So the two teams leaders in this race are both leading the race. We got Glenn third, not too far behind Hatfield, but the real race is here between Emma and Herbie. Herbie, as you've seen before, he made short work of Eccles around the kink. Not going to be able to do that to Emo. And we got the Duck, who's managed to get around Eccles and up to 6th place, coming around up to the sandbox corner. Too busy talking to everyone else on chat, and takes the car into the Armco, exactly perpendicular at right angles. As we imaginally just reset. That is not how you drive, kiddies. Report, he's just finished his time on the bend, coming through down to the kink, but it looks like Vards are starting to catch up onto him. And also Easy Prey's also catching up on Vards, it seems. We've already entered the first lap. Too busy worrying about the back markers, and we've now got Liam or Viper Z. Oh, coming almost unstuck there, but he's got like light years in front of Hatfield that he'll be able to cruise at home. So even a little stuff up like that, so late in the race, he's got time to breathe, probably time to pull over and say hi to the ladies, shake their hands, take one on as a passenger, and move on. Probably still win the race. Hatfield's only just coming through the kink now, with Glenn close behind him. But I'll just go back to Liam and give him all the glory for winning this race. He's not going to fail at this race. We turn right onto the last turn, and we have the race winner in Viper Z wins race number 2, whereas Hatfield coming in second, good distance back. Looks like he's got second. He'll take the second podium position. See, he crosses the line in second. And Glenn not too far back behind. He makes up the podium in third. Herbie in fourth. We've made a lot of ground up through the race. Emo in fifth. Just watch Herbie cross the line. Then Emo across the line. Anders in sixth. And he crosses the line up to Eccles, who has run out of fuel. Tries to cut off the Duck. Almost kills the Duck. Duck's now in seventh. As Eccles just dribbles across the line in eighth. Vards somehow in that last lap has made a move on Rebort, or Rebort's just last lap jitters. Talking about last lap jitters, Vards almost puts himself into the pits off the Armco bounce, but he makes it through ninth with some bodywork and suspension to be done to the car. Easy Prey in 10th, and purple and green Rebort closely behind in 11th. So this ends up the results of the race number 2. Feel free to visit raceonoz.com and see what this is all about. This is in the community events section, this particular one. We're doing it as a pre-season race. One more race for the season, or this pre-season before we get on to season 9. Hope you all had fun. Till all are one.